Well, we need a referendum because the USG voted with only 21 senators, either for, against, or abstaining, and there are 40 Senate seats. That means that 19 senators either failed to show up to the meeting or their seats were vacated to begin with. And we feel that this is ridiculous. This should have went to a referendum to begin with, because every student should have a voice on whether they want to pay this or not. It's my personal opinion that the USG has not done all that they can do to promote the issues that they cover. Case in point, their website, one of the sections under Our Issues, says for 2008-2009 that it's still being updated. We're almost halfway through the spring semester and they're still updating their issues.
Article 7, Section 2 of the USG Constitution states that any resolution that's been voted on by the undergraduate student government can be recalled and brought to a mandatory referendum if 5% of the undergraduate student body petitions for that referendum. If and when that 5% threshold is met, 10% of the undergraduates must then participate in the referendum in order for the referendum to be legitimated. But the key is once you meet that 5% threshold, it's constitutionally mandated that a direct referendum must take place within 15 days. The petition is found to be legitimate. The Bowling Green State University Students for a Stroh Center referendum, we are not standing for or against the construction of the Stroh Center. We simply want to have a say. If we're going to subsidize 22 out of the 36 million, they're not going to give us a cost-benefit analysis. They're not going to tell us what the mechanism for coming up with shortfall is going to be if we operate at a budget deficit. If that's the case, you damn well better be giving us a vote on this issue. We better have a say.
I'm personally out here because this is an issue I really care about. I feel that if USG is going to really represent the student body, they have to ask the student body, and the best way to do that is to get a vote, and I really feel that democracy is in order right now.
And so I, as someone who supports the Stroh Center and intelligent discussion, decided that I better, take the time to come out here and try to do my part to set the facts straight.
How do you feel, at least, that there are students willing to get involved and voice their opinion on this?
I, for one, am ecstatic that there are people who want to be part of the process. I think, though, that people maybe should have thought of getting involved in the process when USG elections were held, which, I feel is a totally valid point. Although, if people were making the argument that they did vote and they did talk to the rep and the rep didn't represent them, that's fine, and I fully support that.
From what I heard from the newspaper the next day and from people who've read the minutes and people who were at the meeting, USG never really listened in the first place to people who had concerns about the issue. So, we voted them in. They have a duty to listen to us, their constituents. It's what democracy is all about. If they either support or stand against, or regardless of their stance on the Stroh Center, they should have a voice about whether they get another $60 tacked onto their general fees, regardless of their stance on Stroh. We are going to have to pay, so the university should be asking us, not 21 students who claim to represent us.